Welcome back, disc golf fans, to the Back Nine coverage of Round 2 of the 2021 Preserve Championship. Designed by LaVisca Disc Golf, presented by Prodigy Disc. I'm Brian Earhart, joined here again by Nate Perkins. And, I mean, what's there to say? We have a phenomenal card right now, all of which are playing pretty good. All the players are out here ready to make a move on this Back Nine. Eagle McMahon right now is doing exactly what he needs to do to make a push for the lead.
Yeah, just making every single spin putt that he looks at. 6 down on the front with a bogey. We just saw James throw a 650-foot roller and birdie on the par 5. Oman making his Chase Card debut here at a Pro Tour at his home course. And normally, you know, the back, we'd say that it's you just birdie out is the name of the game.
Pretty much.
It started to get pretty windy, like 20 mile per hour, and it was swirling a little bit, making it even more difficult. Starting off on this par 3, beautiful wall.
Wow, look at that disc. Is that the splice that he's throwing?
That's the splice, Brian.
Super overstable disc. He really threw that hard, and it went pretty much nowhere. And that's parked. He yanked it, but does it have enough stability to come back? It does. And that's the beauty of throwing the putter straight at the basket. If you make a mistake, you're probably only 20 feet off the line, right next to the basket. Austin doing the same thing. His does not get the same ground play. He's going to be circle's edge. Oh yeah, this looks good.
Hear Kale cheering on in the background, coming to see his boy throw.
Kale looks exhausted this week, but he looks so satisfied. And Austin, you can tell he's frustrated. He's publicly mentioned that this has been a part of his game that he's been really working on this season, and we all know the struggle of when, you know, a certain stretch of tournaments comes and the putt's not feeling good.
It's a good headwind putt right there from Paul. Well, he was thinking about tactic for a little bit. He's got a tough wind, right to left.
And that's really the beauty of his type of putt, is that if it's windy, you can throw it. You can throw a driver if you want. You know, you don't have to pop the disc with your fingers. You're simply just releasing it into out.
Have you watched his tutorial video of like where he puts his pinky and stuff?
Yeah.
It looks like he's gripping the disc to throw it.
Yes.
He kind of does.
Yeah.
Throw it.
Yeah, he doesn't have his finger on the rim. He's gripping it like he is going to throw a shot.
Yeah, and that pinky is like tucked on the inside of the rim, kind of like a modified fan grip for a putter throw.
Three solid birdies and a par. We move into number 11, 525-foot par 3. This one is begging for a roller. We do see some max distance lines that are getting late turns. No way.
Roller or an eagle forehand. We got a slight tailwind, so this makes a little bit more sense, but if he could do this...
We saw Ryan Sheldon go pin high, but can eagle match this? Ooh, that... If that gets the flare, no way.
Oh, Brian, it's going.
Oh!
Circle one!
No, please. Let's jump back to the form check. No way. The camera's behind him right now, but let's see if we can look at his external rotation with his elbow and his arm. His elbow's so engaged in the shot.
Do you see that, Brian? The elbow is moving, and the disc is not moving yet.
Yeah.
It's the elbow's driving. The disc is like staying
Oh!
steady. Circle. circle one on a 525-foot hole. And that was like 10 feet off the ground, maybe.
James going with roller, seeing if he can match what he did on the par 5, and it looks like he is.
That needs to curl. Why is it not curling?
Oh my
man.
gosh! That is another 650-foot roller from James Conrad. Oh my gosh.
That's with the relay, too.
I talked to Matt Dollar when he switched over to MVP, and Matt Dollar said the same thing. Sometimes it's hard to get their disc to stop rolling. He said that the hardest thing he had to learn was to get those gyro discs to check up. He's like, I don't know why, but the longest rollers he's ever thrown were with those discs as well. So impressive. And this looks good as well. This has good cut angle if it stands up. Backside of the green, about 570. And Paul puts a good shot into circle 1. Let's see how far James really is from the basket here. He looks to be at least 100 feet. Okay, maybe 70, 80. Give him it. Just off the pad.
Dang. Rolls out to 22. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, that just makes me uneasy, Nate. I will say though, I interviewed Seppo Payu for my podcast, A Flight Diary, and Seppo said, out of any disc golf shot shape that he's ever seen, his absolute favorite to watch is Eagle's sidearm. Any flip-up backhand, this is one of the best backhand throwers in the world, and he said, out of any shot, Eagle's sidearm is his absolute favorite to watch, and it blows his mind more than any other shot that players throw.
I think I'm with you, Seppo.
That's a 7-time Finnish national champion. That is a big recommendation, I guess.
Yeah, good up and down from Paul.
And that bush behind the basket is in the grape family. An interesting little bush that's just perched nicely right next to the stump.
Focus. Get rid of any of those pressure thoughts and really center yourself, like where you're at and the shot you're throwing. Trying to just really let everything besides the basket bleed away.
Hole number 12, 330 feet. Low ceiling, slightly downhill, slightly to the left, big drop off behind the basket. Mid-range with no wind is a pretty solid play, but there is some wind picking up off the river. So we'll see what these players throw here.
Tactic for Eagle.
He goes straight with a little hyzer. That's inside circle 1. Eagle is rolling right now.
Yeah, 11. That was the 6th birdie in a row. That last one.
Oh, it dropped it.
James hitting early. Here's Paul throwing that same orange driver. I believe it's a T-bird that he's throwing. Hitting one of those trees. He's going to be circle 2.
Get over that bush.
And it does. Puts him again about circle 2. He's going to have a look through those trees.
That's the ace disc. He's got 2 aces with that disc this year. Masters Cup on Gravity.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Oh.
the ace at Worlds. Not the throw-in for birdie, but the ace on the island hole. He played that hole 4 times. He went 5 down on it.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Eagle, also not too bad.
7 in a row.
Another birdie.
It's crazy to get that tactic to fly straight like that.
Yeah.
He just knows the speed he needs to put on it to get it to fly straight.
It's a tough putt from James. You see the flag blowing in a tough direction. Solid putt. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about those overstable, slow approach discs. Is if you do throw them hard enough, they're still not going to fight out of the flight right away because they're so slow. So you can actually do some really interesting things. You know, the zone with Discraft or the entropy with MVP. These discs are so versatile and popular for a reason.
Hole 13, you've got a 20-foot gap off the tee, and then you've got a low ceiling. Kind of works from left to right. One of the easiest par 3s out here at the Preserve.
It is the easiest hole in the course today, averaging a 2.49. Is this tactic again?
This tactic again. This hole's 330.
This is a 3-speed. Circle 1. Okay.
I guess it makes sense. I mean, the next disc up for him is the FD3, and he threw that one 450 earlier, so...
James putting it to about 35, 40 feet. This is a tough turnover. There's a crosswind coming off of the river.
Yeah, super easy forehand, but really tough turnover. Oh, yes.
Oh, really?
There we go.
And we're going to jump back to Paul's form because this is such a tough shot. Such a unique throw. But again, similar to most of the best throwers, he has this very exaggerated pump. But last second, once he gets planted, everything looks the same. Lot of body English, leading up to the throw. But like you said, very recognizable throwing form.
Also just a recognizable human.
Yes.
He's just a
big boy.
Ginger Viking. And that mustache that he's rocking right now.
The man looks ready to go. And this is for a birdie from James. Little crosswind.
Tough wind.
Oh, really?
James Conrad. Gatekeeper rewind.
This is his favorite distance.
Just that Annie. How does he hit it on Annie?
To me, I'd like to think that that's your favorite disc golf shot to watch. Nice nice birdie from Eagle.
Well, I watch him do it every day.
It's a beautiful trajectory. If there was a 40-foot step putt world championships, he might be right at the top.
Thanks so much to Gatekeeper Media for filming today. If you want to support what I'm doing or follow what I'm doing, you can follow me on James_Conrad_III on Instagram, or you can go to jamesconraddiscgolf.com to get some JC gear.
The Firebird has changed my life. I think that without the commitment shown to me from Innova to make this disc in 2015, I would never have made the leap to take my game to a level where I can call myself a US champion, a top 10 player in the world. In my mind, the Firebird is the greatest disc ever made.
Hole number 14, beautiful downhill tee shot, 697. OB concrete path to the left side. We're pretty much starting from the out of bounds, which are these types of holes I love in professional disc golf. The crosswind allows you to do what Eagle's doing right now. Pretty simple sidearm at the tree line. And then the crosswind's going to shove it down. Perfect shot.
Really conservative 400-foot forehand with that new blend DD3. I mean, it's unmistakable. That red plastic, it sticks out.
James going Anheuser against the crosswind. That's got to keep coming. Come on. No, he lands on the path and stays on the path. That's out of bounds. I don't even know if he crossed in. And the fear here is the skip. Yeah. That's what's making this hole so difficult if you don't throw a sidearm, is the fact that this crosswind coming off the river is forcing you to skip off this tough surface. Mid-range almost seems like a good play at this point to just put it in play, and that's what Austin is doing. It looks like. Oh no, this actually looks like an FD or FX2.
Yeah, and he makes the correction off James and Paul's angle.
Throws it a bit flatter. Yeah, see that wind pick it up.
Slow down.
Almost drops it in, but that's gonna sit down. No. No. Okay.
Is that sidewalk OB?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That was a good curl then.
That was a fantastic curl.
Here's that sensei shot. I love this. Just stand still. Hit it on hyzer. Get up to flat.
He is feeling it. This is a tough green to land on. As you can see, it's even shorter than a golf green at this point. The grass is kind of eroded away.
It's a fast green. It's probably the fastest green out here. And it's right at the top of the hill. And that was perfect from James. He's in the mulch. Check. They just skate down that hill.
He knows it's too deep, but he's 28 feet from the basket.
Yeah, look at that tailwind left to right. These are tough putts. Oh, and it's just picking up.
Oh, nice putt from Austin. Uphill with the wind. Just drops it. This is it. This is a huge birdie putt from Eagle. There is something that I just like, I felt when we were watching the D-Glow coverage on hole 17 when he hit that 45-foot death putt. There's just I just feel like there's a level of focus that he's tapped into that in years past he was known for kind of crumbling at the moments people thought he was going to win, and now he's, I guess, forged through fire. Here we are moving into 15, 738. Nate, pretty simple hole after you hit the tee shot.
Yeah, the gap can be a little tricky. You have to throw up and over the hill, but also underneath the tree line. The gap's probably 40 feet left to right. Eagle looking to smoke this DD3. Misses it.
And
see you later.
Oh my gosh.
550.
Let's jump to watch Eagle throw this shot. beautiful extension. His torso rotation is on the angle that he's going to throw. That's what I love. It's not his arm that's creating the angle, it's his entire spine, but he stays balanced, shoulders back. So solid.
Yeah, he's really leaning over the top of the disc.
Yes.
Like his shoulders, as you said, are just coiled.
And that is pure hyzer form right there. That is perfect hyzer form. Stalled out a little bit left, but really he's going to have a hyzer to the basket still. That is not OB over there.
That's burned over, but it's out the gap and probably has just under 400 here.
It's a big shot from Paul.
Wow. What
Okay. I didn't think it was that big. I thought that was going to maybe stall out and push left, but that's circle one. Great shot, especially from down there.
Oh, look at the wind just flatten that one out. Oh, that's tough from over there in the wind. That might be a layup.
And finally getting to Eagles drive, he gets to throw this tactic again. Stand still. You heard him say, get the nose down. He's still inside circle one. But when you're that focused, you know exactly what you want the disc to do.
He's going to be putting for his 10th birdie in a row. Yeah. Super fast green, downhill, right to left wind. Can't blame him.
And there it is.
That's our first par in 9 holes. The only par on the back 9 so far.
And luckily he's stuck too. This is another one of those rollaway greens where you hit the bin and you lose the coin toss. You're rolling 45, 50 feet away.
And at this point in the round, Brian, all of these players are playing as if this is the final round of the tournament. Eagle is tied with Ricky, but 1 hole ahead of Ricky. So Ricky has 1 more to play.
You know, last year players were saying how the course was playing too soft, yada, yada, yada. But it feels like every time we come here, an extremely exciting finish happens. And again, these players still haven't checked their emails yet. They still think this might and could possibly be the final round.
In this game, preparation is everything. Success is not by accident. Because you know, the course plays no favorites. In this game, detail matters. Idio Sports.
Hole number 16, 374, par 3. The thing I've noticed about this hole is that for righties throwing the hyzer, you have to go way wider than you think. If you land your disc on top of the hill with a hyzer, it's going to skip 70 feet to the left. You really have to hit the disc on skip before the hill. So you can kind of get that deadened skip up the hill rather than a 70-foot skip from the top. And Eagle puts his to a decent spot. This might be a little too... actually, he's going to hit the base. And I'm not sure if that rolled left or not. But he might have a look at the basket. Yeah, Paul knows the drill here. You got to swing it wide. Sticks it.
Front side of the hill. This is a basket that you want to get close to if you can. It's a fast green, really exposed.
Ooh, you see that wind carrying it. But he also hits the base of the hill and gets a nice dead skit. He's going to be right in the circle's edge. Oh, does James want this? We want him to want this.
You can't lay up 2 in a row.
Kind of a safe bit from James. He knows that this green is super tricky.
Yeah, that was straight into the headwind. And this is right to left. Wow. Circle's edge, looking straight at the slope behind, and Eagle puts it on the pole.
No. And Austin is just so visibly frustrated. He's been putting himself into position almost every hole, and the stroke is just not feeling good for him, you can tell. And it wears on you after a bit. Like, how close do you really have to put it? And at a certain point, it makes driving and approaching even harder because you know you have to put it that close.
Hole 17 should be simple, but the gap is tight enough that it gets pretty tricky. Elevated pin. The water doesn't really come into play too often. It's like 40, 50 feet long. This is tactic from Eagle.
It's got to sit down. No. Oh my gosh, that was 60 feet into the water. Just way too much pace on it.
That's a huge mistake.
Luckily, he'll be able to take it where he went out, I believe, which is pretty close to the basket, but he's going
to have a 40-foot putt for his par.
It feels like a bogey on this hole to take apart.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to, this high in the leaderboard. This is the shot right here. Here's what I'm going to say. Paul Oman is one of the best people to play catch with I've ever experienced. This shot for him is just so simple. It's all just upper body. You see that disc kind of naturally curl up as he's rotating. Oh, it's just beautiful. One of my favorite mid-range putter throwers in the world. Beautiful shot. And that's going to sit soft. That's tricky.
Those are tough putts with that elevated pin. This is huge right now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and it just lifts into the wind. That's going to be a bogey.
And actually, I would probably say that James and Paul Oman are two people that are an absolute blast to play catch with. No matter what disc it is, if it's a toy frisbee from Walmart or if it's a putter out of your bag, these two guys will play catch with you for hours and will not stop until you tell them. So it's been an awesome day of watching disc golf. Just 4 differing play styles, and we're still watching Eagle try to make this final push moving into 18. There is still a chance to get an Eagle 3 on this. You have to fight the wind over the water, bite off a bunch of distance, and then you're throwing 450 to 500 feet over the water again to this green if you want the Eagle. Let's see what they do here. And that's got to fight out of it. And I think it will. That's huge.
Straight into a headwind.
Throwing Anheuser towards the water. I love that.
The man commits.
As you can see, there's a bit of a crosswind. Pauls gets pulled to a little bit more of a conservative spot, but he's able to at least lay up and take a 4. At least gives him the opportunity to do so. Austin wants turn on this one.
He needs to hold it. There is out of bounds left.
Oh, and that's like right on the line.
I can't tell.
That path, the
I think
base
he's
of the
safe.
path extends infinitely left. There's a 90-degree angle created by that path. And Eagle wants this 3.
Turn.
If
Oh,
it
it does.
gets the turn, oh, it does.
Whoa.
So now he's either going to get to go sidearm over the path or power hyzer way out to the right. He has an option. Because now he's even closer than 500 feet to the pin. And into the sand bunker, not OB, but when you're trying to throw 300 to 400 feet to the basket, footing gets a little weird. Look at this
Whoa.
shot from Austin. Flex down the left side, forehand.
And that is risky. That is all out of bounds left of that tree line right there.
And I think he's safe. I don't think he's putting, but he's definitely up there. Let's see if James goes for it.
James clocked this one at 450 into the pin.
Oh, come on.
Look at that. Get back to stable.
Yes,
Oh,
James.
wow, what a shot.
Let's go.
Circle 1 for Eagle.
And he is going sidearm.
Hold it. Gotta get that nose up.
This
Wow.
is so tough. This line barely exists.
Oh, just spikes. He's done it. Get a 30-footer for an Eagle to put the pressure back on Ricky.
Oh, yeah. Tough spot for Austin, but sticks it next to the basket.
This putt is huge. Ricky is on the tee of 18 at 24 under.
For Eagle. Wow. With that sidearm on the second shot, that's the best Eagle I've seen on this hole. That's phenomenal. What a round. What a round.
What did
12
he
under.
shoot? He shot 12 or 13?
He shot a 12 under par. James also with a textbook Eagle. And you're right, Nate. I think with the Eagle on 18, he does move to... That's a 13 under par.
I think so. We'll see here in just a second. But this card is going Eagle, Eagle, Birdie, Birdie. What a round.
Yeah, 13 under with the Eagle on 18 for Eagle McMahon with 2 bogeys.
2 bogeys, and James gets to 9 going Birdie, Eagle to finish.
And folks, we see this leaderboard. This is not final. The players found out soon afterwards that they are, in fact, playing a third and final round of disc golf. So make sure to subscribe to Gatekeeper Media. We have one more round of disc golf to watch. What a great week it's been here at the Preserve.
Love this place.
So happy to be back out in the course on Sunday. I'm Brian Earhart. He's Nate Perkins. We will see you tomorrow.